Okay. Yeah. Good evening, friends. Hi, and welcome back to my Facebook Live session that I'm having today. I'm so happy to welcome each and every one of you today to share with me a very, very important topic that I want to today discuss on my Facebook Live session today. I hope everyone is safe out there, and all of us are adhering to the safety norms set by the government. And friends, today, as you must already be aware of, I want to talk about a very, very special topic today, which is about persons with disabilities, and the kind of the experiences that they are having, especially during this COVID crisis. We all know, friends, that things have been very difficult for each and every one of us. And today, we have to be really, really so aware and sympathetic towards persons with disabilities who are there all around us. And I'm very happy today that that the government has been taking various initiatives, and I'm very thankful that way to the Social Welfare Department of the Government of Meghalaya, under which we have the Commissioner of the Department of Persons with Disabilities. And today the department is trying to do its best in the given circumstances to take care and look out for persons with disabilities. And we all know that there are quite a number of persons with disabilities in the state of Meghalaya. And so I just wanted to share a few things about the initiatives that the government has taken in terms of persons with disabilities. And the department, the Commissioner of Persons with Disabilities, they have, looking at the kind of difficulties people will be facing, they have come out with these pamphlets which are for the visually impaired, and these are Braille pamphlets, both in Khasi and in Garo, and of course in English. And these have been distributed extensively, and I think that's a really a very good move on the part of the Department of Social Welfare. And it's really nice to know that such kind of initiatives are being undertaken. Of course, we all know that the Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities is the nodal officer to take care and to coordinate with various organizations who are working along with persons with disabilities, and also, of course, with individuals. And it's really heartening to see that there has been a lot of initiative that has been taken from the Commissionerate. And many of the social organizations have also been doing their part in trying to help out here. And I would just like to mention just a few of them, which have been really, really trying to do their part in this endeavor. And like the Bethany Society, like the Montfort Center, which is in Tura, like the Ferrando Institute for Speech. So there are many of them that have been really doing their part. And I'd just like to really acknowledge the Montfort Center for Education, West Caro Hills. They have given a donation to the Tura Municipal Board in their efforts towards fighting the pandemic. And also the Ferrando Speech and Hearing Center at Umiam. They also, the sisters from there have distributed essential commodities to 36 families of children with disabilities in the villages around the Ferrando Institute. Then, of course, the Bethany Society in Shillong, along with, in collaboration with Sun Care, with Nazareth Hospital, with the Holy Cross Hospital of Mairang, with Dr. Sonali from Shillong and the Civil Hospital of Tura. They have also been taking up various initiatives, and they have ensured continuous interventions in the Jyoti Srot School in Shillong, and they have also been working for mental well-being of many of the students, and also conducted online teaching sessions. So apart from that, dry ration has been distributed, and this is really something that is so nice to see. And what I'd like to just say today is that really, I mean, for us to be talking about this issue is very important, but I think that it is very incomplete if we do not have a stakeholder here to really understand the whole situation. So today I'm so happy to welcome Celine, who's here with me, and you know, she's a person with disability, and it's really very for me it makes me so happy to see that you're here to discuss this matter. All of us have been going through so much of challenges in the past few days, and really I can just imagine that the challenges would be paling in comparison to the challenges that you and you know, other persons with disabilities would be facing. So today I'm so happy that you're here. I think it's very important that we can, you know, I can learn so much from you, you know, if you share your experiences regarding this, and the experiences of other persons with disabilities with whom you may have been interacting. What are the kind of challenges and the difficulties that you faced in the past few days? So I think that many of us who are there listening today on Facebook Live to this Facebook Live session would be, I think, for them a very enlightening experience to know about what you have to say. And I think it's very important because the message has to go out that you know, everyone isn't you know, in the you know, facing the same kind of problems. We have to be sympathetic and empathic towards persons with disabilities who face challenges on a whole new different level. So Celine, so happy that you're here today. And would you like to share some of your experiences, the kind of challenges you faced in this COVID time?
Yes. First of all, I am very grateful to the government of Meghalay for taking care of us in this time of crisis of COVID-19. But apart from this, like, there are many for persons with disabilities, like, every day is a challenge, and like in this time, I don't know, like, with all can I remove so that it will be clear?
Yeah.
Like in this time when, like, there is restrictions, so like our participation is being it's like we already have our own restriction, and with all these restrictions now, like it is a challenge.
Correct.
For us.
More for you especially.
Yes, and like for different disabilities, like we face different challenges, like one of my friends, he is visually impaired,
Mm-hmm.
and then like the public from before, like they've been very good. They have been very sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they see a person with who's visually impaired,
Mm-hmm.
they help, they try, they give a hand,
Mm-hmm.
and then they, like, they help, they take him, like this is the way, that is the way. Then now with this social distancing, so it's a big problem. Like person with visual impairment cannot distance himself from others,
Absolutely.
and whereas the other person, they are trying to distance from him.
Mm.
So that is like they remain
Yes.
in between. Like we don't know like where to approach, where to go. Like it becomes we
Yeah.
become isolated. So that is one of the challenge. And like in this time of crisis, like we understand like we should maintain social distance, but like if we are from far, if we can just say a word like hi, where are you going, or like some, like just to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that will help a lot, like in this during this time.
Yes.
And also like some challenges like for person with locomotor disability, like we understand like because of the transportation, uh, uh, the public transportation has been stopped, so it's difficult for those who are working in private sectors, or like those who are earning, like they have to move from
Yeah.
one place to
Yeah.
another. So because like there is no public transport, so it is a challenge like to walk, I mean to go to.
Different places where
Yes,
you would need to go. Yes.
yes. And the most difficult thing is in education,
Mm-hmm.
because like we know like many of persons with disabilities, they come from poor background, and they don't have this smart technologies
Yeah.
and all. So with all these online classes and all, like for those in the rural villages, like they but to say education, they're not getting education now.
Mm-hmm.
But for those who are having smartphones and things like that, for them also it's difficult. Like for a person who's visually impaired, like when the assignments or the homeworks, like all those notes, they come in PDF
Yeah.
file.
Yeah.
So like that, there is that what JAWS or mobile reader which can read that one. But like when they send in JPEG, like it's a picture, so like that thing cannot read, that
Correct.
cannot translate that.
Correct.
So like they have to depend on others, and then there comes that social distancing also. You cannot like avoid from that. And then the other thing is that like for maths, mathematics and all, like we have to explain to them. But the thing is, many of us, like we don't have the skill how to teach them. If it is for others as children, other students like without disabilities, then it's easy, like verbally we can teach them. But when it comes to a special child, special education, then we lack that total comprehensive teaching. So in that way, it becomes a challenge.
Really, I mean, it's so. I mean, for me, everything you've said, it's amazing because you know the kind of challenges that you're facing right now. Really, as I was saying, it must be our challenges must be paling in comparison. And what you just mentioned is so true. Many people do not understand, you know, that. Or maybe they don't even think about the fact that what is the kind of difficulty the other person who is having these kind of disabilities must be facing. And as you rightly said, you know, visually impaired person, it's very difficult for him to have social distancing because he doesn't know how close he is. He has to depend on,
Yes.
touch and
Yes,
feel.
that is another thing.
Yeah.
Like because of this virus, like they have to touch
Yes.
everywhere when
Yes.
they work.
Yes.
So that is like we can easily be, what to say, we are
Yeah. Yeah.
vulnerable
Very vulnerable. Yeah.
to COVID-19,
Absolutely.
like that.
You
So
know.
we have to take more precautions.
So, and sorry, and things like that are, something that I think everyone should understand, that these are the kind of problems persons with disabilities face, and we have to be very empathic towards that. Like, for example, as a government, we have come out with these braille, pamphlets, information sheets for visually impaired. But I think that a lot more needs to be done. You spoke about how in the field of education, children, the content needs to be made in such a way in this COVID,
Yes. Yes.
situation, where if the content comes in a JPEG, that will not be read out by the app or the software. So these kind of things, I'm very sure, are happening, and these are things that, because of your inputs, we as a government can, I can take it up with the concerned department and tell
Yes.
them about all these things. And it's really so nice to hear all these things from you, because uh, I mean, I cannot really imagine the kind of difficulties that you must be facing. So it's so nice to hear all that. And Celine, I think it's very important, if you would like to, give a message, something that you would like to, reach out to people. It's Facebook Live, so there are a lot of people right now watching us live. And if there's anything you want to say, something that, an appeal maybe to people, to be,
Yes.
to be considerate, to be sympathetic, to really think about all these kind of things, so that it's not just, individuals, but I think community needs to
Yes.
be sensitized about such things. So would you like to
Yes.
say something? Yeah.
Firstly, I would like to thank the community and the church and many like organizations, like they are doing so much. And then I would appeal like all the public as well, like to be to not to sympathize really, but like to be sensitive.
Sensitive. Yes.
Yes, like that. So, and the thing is, like, that's our general for all of us. Like, we have to take care of ourselves. When we take care of ourselves, it's like we're taking care of the society. So, and then like the thing is, most important is to talk. Like we don't need like to help or thing, but we need to talk with one another, so that we feel good. you know and
It's a
then
community.
yes, it's community. And then if we are all, if all of us are like sensitive and helpful to one another, then like together we can win this COVID-19.
That is so nice. Such encouraging words coming from you, There's one thing that you mentioned, when you were talking about the challenges about communication, that public transport is not available. And especially, people with disabilities, they do have to rely a lot on such things.
Yes.
So I'd like to assure you, Celine, that I will personally talk with the Commissioner for persons with disabilities, and also with the government, because we keep interacting and we keep having review meetings. And I will definitely take this up regarding communication, maybe some kind of separate arrangements to be made for persons with disabilities.
Thank you,
And
sir.
yeah, no, that's the least I can do, really, because sometimes I think that we get lost in so many things, we forget.
Yes.
And apologies for that,
Yes.
Celine. But
So
yes,
only one
definitely.
thing, sir, like whenever like any development, any help, any thing is being done for the state, just remember to leave no one behind. And but you are doing that, but like
No, no.
to do
I
it
agree
more.
with you. I agree with you, Celine. It's very important to always remember that. And
Yes.
no matter how many times you're reminding, you're reminding me, it's always never enough. So keep reminding me. That's okay.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you so much, Celine.
Thank you, sir.
And I'll just basically there may be some questions or comments people may like to ask since you're also here, Celine. There may be some comments or questions people may like to ask us, and then we can just go through these and we can just maybe see if there's anything. So rather than just okay, Mr. Archon RM, thank you for your kind words. Okay, Mr. Kimberlin Mara, Turagarabada Road is in bad shape with many potholes. Okay, we will. I'll take this up with the Honorable Chief Minister regarding the Turagarabada Road. As you know, he recently made a visit and he has already instructed the PWD department to take care of the Tikrikila Road. So this one also I'll put it up to him. Okay, then what else? Anything? Okay. Yeah, Mr. Everest, thank you. And if there anything people would like to clarify or ask me about that, regarding issues related to COVID or to persons with disabilities and the kind of initiatives that are there, I can just probably update everyone about about the helpline numbers that are there. So of course the 108 COVID helpline number is there, and apart from that, the number 9863086 that is also another number, and these are also geared up to take calls from people who may be having such challenges. Persons with disabilities can also call up, and if they have any kind of concerns, they can always reach out to these phone numbers, and they can and the government will reach out and address these problems. Of course, today I think I'll just give a brief about the updates for the COVID-19, which is the samples sent for testing about 9,344, and 8,993 have turned up negative, and there are still some reports that are waited. That's about 320. Those who have recovered is numbering 13, and those who are still positive or active rather are 19 cases right now. And there have been a lot of our brothers and sisters who have returned, and I'm happy that there have been a few from Maharashtra. Maharashtra has been a very big concern, and many of our brothers and sisters were not being able to come back, but I'm happy that that has started coming. Maharashtra also, people have started coming back, and so total number of roughly around 12,400 have returned back to the state. These are from all different parts of the country, and about right now I think 741 are in institutional quarantine, and the rest are in community quarantine or other different quarantine units. Well, yesterday I think 146 people have left from Maharashtra, and they are on their way, and things very thankfully with God's grace, things are in Meghalaya are okay right now, as of now, and we hope that you know we see this kind of positive things happening. And dear friends, if there are any kind of comments or questions you would like to ask, yes. Um, is Mr. Wanlem Langchiang. So Mr. Wanlem Langchiang is talking about um, too much about the west and central part of Meghalay, but very least attention towards east. Some parts of East Indians even depend their essentials of Bangladesh. They need some attention to villages like Borsal, Lailong. Uh, okay, fine. Since you've made a mention of that, Mr. Wanlem, I will be taking this matter up. This should not have been happening, but if it is, I assure you that we will take action on this. And another matter is that we are opening up border trade, as you all know, from I think the 8th of June. So I think once that sort of trade is resumed, I hope that in some way these will mitigate the kind of problems that you may be facing. Okay. Okay. Mr. Kharbani, you're asking about special schemes related to self-employment of differently abled. Every disably. Okay. Well, okay, Mr. Kharbani, Kirshan Kharbani. I think what you're talking about self-employment is, of course, there is a certain quota that is there for employment in government organizations that is kept aside for people who are persons with disabilities. Of course, you're asking about self-employment. Yes, there are many schemes that are there meant for self-employment, and I think that as there is no differentiation as of now, but because I think that we are these are there already. These kind of schemes are there. I will reach out to you personally, and I'll let you know about these. As of now, for the present situation right now about COVID, we have okay. So right now there are many persons with disabilities in various districts, and we have instructed the districts to prepare a list of such persons with disabilities, and we've also instructed our deputy commissioners and districts to prepare a list of those persons with disabilities who are slightly more extreme, and going by these lists, we are trying to make all the resources which are available to ensure that essential food items are made available to them, because their problems are very different. They cannot in terms of communication also, they will be having a lot of issues. So those have been taken up, and we have also sought the help of NGOs and civil society, and various religious organizations also have come forward to really help out in this. I'm so thankful to all of them, so as of now, the district social welfare officer in the districts is the nodal officer for persons with disabilities to take care of them, okay, yeah. So these are the things. Then anything else? I'm in a real. Daryl has written, we are suffering because we only earn from there. If there's any work to help us. Okay, Daryl, what we will do is you're in real estate, and I know that a lot of problems you will be facing in terms of the slump because of the COVID lockdown. Many of livelihoods have been affected. The economy is down. Slowly, things are getting back on track, but we have done an economic survey, and the government is now trying to assess through that survey what are the kind of impetus that is required to give a jump to the economy. So that is in the process, and I'm not very sure about real estate, but then I will definitely will make it a point to bring that topic up in our next discussion. Is there, okay, Mr. Shaprang Ringsai, is there any more migrants who are left? If so, when will everyone reach home, or when will this be done? I think what you're talking about is people who are still stranded outside the state. Yes, there are quite a lot of people who are still, I will not say stranded now, because there is an option for them to come back taking the train, or they can take a flight and they can come back. But those who are migrants who are stuck outside, they are, gradually, slowly, they are all coming back. As I mentioned, about 12,400 so of our brothers and sisters who are inclusive of migrants, students, and others, they have finally come back to the state. But those who are left behind, yes, since the lockdown is easing gradually, so I think it will not be very difficult for them to come back now. Okay, why can't UDU be opened in a phased manner? Well, I'll just scroll down a little bit to see, no, just up. I just wanted to see that. Yeah, Mr. Amit Paul has mentioned about UDU, if that can be opened in a phased manner. See, Barabazar and that UDU area, these are being considered, but then you'll have to be a little patient for that. So we'll see our level best of how we can open it, and of course, as and when it is open, it will be in a phased manner, but that call has not been taken as of now, Mr. Paul. Are you tired, Celine? You want to rest? Yeah, okay. So Tarun Saha, Mr. Tarun Saha, inter-district movement has been allowed already, so you can move inter-district, so that is to answer your question. Mr. Jim Wagi Marak, is there an exemption for those who are old age, more than 50 years above, and pregnant women, as well as nursing? Yes, ideally they should be exempted from COVID-19 duty. If there is any specific case, please bring it to my notice. You can probably put it up in the comment section. Okay. Educational institutions, that is still being examined, dear friends, and we are hopeful that educational institutions will be opened up very soon. We are very concerned about our children. By next month, I'm not sure, but definitely the matter is being examined. Road connectivity from Rongjeng to Atokrin is badly affected. Okay, Mr. Grinut Sangma, your point about the road connectivity, I will take it up with the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister about the bad road connectivity. It's been a lot of maintenance work has been affected because of the lockdown, but we'll try our best to see that these roads can be taken up, whatever that you've been mentioning. Okay. Then reopening of worship places, also this is being examined, and let's hope that slowly in a phased wise manner these can be done soon, but as of now it's not, but we are examining this matter. Okay. Mr. Liubert, thank you for your kind words. Thank you so much. It really is very encouraging for us. And okay. Anything else? Okay, Mr. Everest. Oh, they have reached Shillong. That's great. I'm so happy your sister and her group from Mumbai have reached safely in Shillong. Thank God for that, and we're so happy that they have. That's really nice, and you're welcome. Okay, and what else is there? Okay, okay, fine. Can you open the salons and beauty parlors? Mary Taryang. Uh, yeah, I'm the only one who doesn't need a haircut right now, but I'm very sure a lot of people need a haircut, and I know, but you know how it goes. A barber cutting your hair, there's no social distancing, so maybe from that point of view, a little bit of patience, dear friends, Mary, but yes, gradually we are examining it, and we hope that soon, you know, we can come about and open the salons and the barber shops. um, okay, so which one? Yes, yeah, I read that. Um, what's Okay, Mr. Anup Sahab, bus will be available from Meghalay to Assam. See, transportation is there. If you want to, you have to take the necessary permission from the government of Assam if you're traveling from Meghalaya to Assam. So you do that, and the registration process, I think, and then these are facilitated by the government. Okay. Fine. So, I mean, of course, there are many suggestions and many acknowledgements, and there are many, interesting concerns and points which have been raised. I apologize. I'm not being able to take all of them up. But then again, as I said, next week we'll be taking this up again on Friday, and if there are any concerns, please do reach out to me and we can take these up. But for now, I would just like to, before I close, say a very big thank you to Celine. You know, it's yeah, Celine, it's been really wonderful to really interact and talk with you. I've learned a lot, and for me, I hope that, you know, this Facebook Live session, which reaches out to a lot of people out there. I hope that for them also, they understand the kind of situation that is there, and the kind of difficulties and challenges which are being faced by persons with disabilities. And I'm really thankful to you for really taking out the trouble and, you know, the time to come here and be with me. And it's really nice, and God bless you, and God bless each and every one of you out there. Thank you so much for being with me today, and with this I'll sign off, dear friends, and yes, we'll be meeting each other again next week on Friday, that is. Bye.